morning, children. Again, we are going to start our classes after a weekend. And you had a holiday yesterday. I hope you all had enjoyed. And also you had kept your book for pujas. Okay, now, after that, again we are going to start our classes. And in your English reader, we were learning last all weeks. Now, as continuation, we did not do some of the grammar part in your textbooks. I told you, you have to do it later. Okay, now follow your textbook with me into page number 79. All of you open your textbook to page number 79 and see the heading Participles as Adjectives. In lesson 10, page number 79, the heading Participles as Adjectives. And we can read the sentence that is in your textbook. The first sentence that is given in the textbook there, in one of her training sections, Diva was told it would affect the quality of her jump. Okay? Her training is given in your textbook as bold letters. So that is the verbs. Training. Okay? And the word training qualifies the noun sections. Okay? What is that? It qualifies the noun sections and it acts as an adjective here. It is not as a verb, but it is an adjective here. And it qualifies what? The noun sections. You know what is a noun? What is a noun? Noun is a naming word or the subjects. Okay? Who is the noun person here? Deva. Okay? Deva was told it would affect the quality of her jump, but in one of her training. Okay. Now the word training qualifies what? Noun. Okay? Noun sections. Now in that word we had used training, the last ing forms. Okay? A participle is a form of verb that ends in ed or in ing and is used as an adjective. Underline that. Okay? A participle is a form of verb that ends in ed or ing, like a training. Okay? Is used as an adjective. The ing words are, we can tell that, present participles. The ed words are called past participles. Okay? The base, it is not the base forms, it is the past participle form of the verbs. Okay? Now, she was bored during the entire sections. So, was bored. That is the past tense. Okay? That is the past participles. Then, to form present participles, we add ing to the base form. What is the base form of the training? Train. Okay, training. Then what is the base form of board? Board. Okay, like that. Now look at this next example given there. To form past participles, we add ed. Like interest, interested. And in some case, the word like eat, we will not tell eaten or eat, we will tell eaten. Okay? Like blow, blow, we will tell blown. Okay? Grow, grown, like that. And we use an irregular form some case like leave and left. Okay? These are the things you have to notice there. And some examples are given there in your textbook as to complete the sentences by using these forms of the participles as adjectives. Participles as adjectives. Okay? In the present participles you can use ing form, and the past participle forms you can use ed. Is it clear? Okay, now turn to the next page, page number 80. It is given a heading like active voice and passive voice. Okay, you have learned this one in the 5th standard, but again we are going to learn that. Okay, active and passive voice. Okay, and look at the sentence that is given in your textbook. Dulal Karmakar spent a few sleepless nights. And second sentence, a few sleepless nights were spent by Dulal Karmakar. Okay, now see the difference between this active voice and passive voice. Okay, so for active voice you may have a subject, you may have a verb, and also you may have object receiving the actions. Okay, while we were learning the transitive verbs and intransitive verbs, there we learned that a transitive verbs has an object, but intransitive verbs doesn't have an object. But in here also the almost same. Look at that. In the active voice you may have a subject, you may have a verb, and also you may have the object receiving the action. Action means verbs. Now see the example. Dulal Karmakar spent a sleepless night. Okay, Dulal Karmakar spent a sleepless night. Okay, Dulal Karmakar is the subject and spent is the verb. Spent is the verb, and a sleepless night is the object receiving the action. Okay, Dulal Karmakar spent a sleepless night. Okay, a sleepless night. That is the active voice. But when you are coming to the passive voice, you may have the subject and you may have the verbs, passive verbs, and you may have the object doing an action. Okay, here object receiving the action, but here object doing the action. That is the difference. Okay, in active voice object receives the action, but in the passive voice object doing the action. Okay, see the example. A few sleepless nights were spent by Dulal Karmakar. Okay, so in the active voice what was the subject? Dulal Karmakar. But when it is coming to the passive voice, it is the object doing the action there. Okay, by Dulal Karmakar. And passive verb is coming there, were spent. And the subject is coming as a few sleepless nights. Subject is receiving the action here. Understood? Here subject is receiving the action and object is doing the action. Okay? Opposite way. So, active voice, subject is doing the action and object is receiving the action. Okay? Here, subject is receiving the action and object is doing the action. Is it clear? Okay? Now look at that. The examples given in your book. Again, a few sleepless nights were spent by Dulal Karmakar. That is in the passive voice. Okay? And you can change very easily the active voice into the passive voice and passive voice into the active voice. Okay? There are many examples given in your textbooks. So look at that and read the tense forms also given in your textbooks. First one, it is given in the present simple form, present continuous form, past simple form, past continuous form, present perfect form, past participle, past perfect form, and future simple forms. All given in a column there, and you have to learn that very clearly, then only you will understand what it is. Okay, in the present simple, is or are plus past participle form of the verb. The example given there, all meals in this restaurant are made by famous chefs. Okay, all meals in this restaurant are made by famous chefs. Then present continuous, is or are plus being plus past participle form of the verb. A new children's movie is being released by the studio next week. Then in the past symbol, was or were plus past participle of the verb. This photo was taken a year ago by mother. Then past continuous, was or were plus being plus past participle of the verb. The accused was being watched by the police for the last 2 weeks. Then present perfect, has or have been plus past participle of the verb. This report has been divided by them in 2 sections. Then past perfect, had or plus been plus past participle of the verb. The shop had been attacked by robbers thrice before. Then future symbol, will or shall plus be plus past participle of the verb. The songs will be played on viewers request by this channel. Okay. So these are the main things you have to notice in this lesson. And you can do the following sentences in active voice into the passive voice and the vice versa. That means you can do it by yourself. There are 5 examples given in your textbooks. Okay. So mainly you have to notice that what is the difference between the active voice and the passive voice. In the active voice, the subject, verb and object receives the action. But when you are coming into the passive voice, subjects receive the actions and objects doing the actions. So that is the difference in between this, and the verbs will be same here for the subject plus verb plus object receiving the actions, and here passive voice, subject receiving the action, passive verb is coming and also the objects doing the action. You learn this and do the exercise that given in your textbooks.